Hi everybody, today's video is about tag questions. Have a look here. We have different short questions. Would you, haven't you, can you, will you, isn't it, won't you? So, what is a tag question? It's a question that comes after a statement. What is a statement? It's a sentence. Okay? There's no question. Then we put a comma and we write a tag question. So the statement may be negative or positive. So it's used for confirmation, emphasis, or politeness. Let's start. Anna is coming, isn't she? Anna is coming is a positive statement. It's positive. Plus. Isn't she? That is a tag question. Okay? The second question. You don't like coffee, do you? Here we have negative statement, you don't like. And here it is tag question, which is positive. Okay? So the first is we have to use the opposite form. If the statement is positive, use a negative question. If the statement is negative, use a positive tag question. The second point, we have to invert the subject and the auxiliary. We are not going to say Anna is coming. She isn't? No. We say Anna is coming. Isn't she? We have inverted the subject and the auxiliary. Then let's start with auxiliary questions. We have to be in the present continuous. She is coming, isn't she? What is red in yellow is what we call the present continuous. She is coming, isn't she? We are not going to say, isn't she coming? Because the tag question is very short. Okay? We have inverted the subject and the auxiliary. And the tense in the tag question is the same as in the statement. We have here she is, the is, and here it is, it's not was. Second, she is not coming. Negative, is she? The tag question becomes positive. I am not fat, am I? I am fat, aren't I? Here it's aren't I, not amn't I, or something like that. We say I am fat, aren't I? Or am I not? The past we have was or were. They were late, weren't they? Inversion of the subject and the auxiliary. Here it's positive, were. Here it's weren't. They weren't late, were they? Here negative, here positive. Ted was at home, wasn't he? Ted wasn't at home, was he? To have in the present, we have and has. Has for the third person, singular. You have finished your work, haven't you? Okay? Have finished is the present perfect, okay? You have finished your work, haven't you? You haven't finished your work, have you? With the third person, with has. Jim has cleaned the car, hasn't he? Third person singular in the present, we say has. Jim has. He has. She has. Has for the third person, singular. Jim hasn't cleaned the car. Has he? We keep the same auxiliary and the same tense. Here we have Jim. The pronoun is he. Okay? It's not she. The same in the past. She had had dinner, hadn't she? She hadn't had dinner, had she? The auxiliary to do in the present, we have do or does. Does for the third person singular. We say he likes to play piano, doesn't he? Because when we put the negative, we say he doesn't like to play piano. But here it's a question. He likes to play piano, doesn't he? In the negative, he doesn't like to play piano. Does he? Doesn't like, does he? Now if the verb of a, if the past of a verb is in the negative form, we have to say did not. So for regular or irregular form, they didn't see the match, did they? They saw the match, didn't they? They saw, it's the past, it's irregular. Okay? If it is regular, it's with ed. They, for example, they liked the match, didn't they? If it's irregular, we say they saw the match, didn't they? When we want to suggest something, let's have some coffee, shall we? Let's have is a suggestion. We suggest to go and have some coffee. Let's have some coffee, shall we? There is no negative here. Let's have, shall we? In the imperative form, open the box, will you? Don't open the box, will you? The same, okay? So for the imperative, always use will. Open the box, will you? Don't open the box, will you? Now modal verbs. Have can. She can swim, can't she? Can expresses ability, so she can swim, can't she? She can't swim, can she? Positive, negative, negative, positive. Okay? So you have to adjust for modal verbs. A modal verb in the statement must be kept in the tag question. If we have can here, use can here in the negative form. If you have must or will or whatever, you keep the same modal verb. Could. They could come, couldn't they? They couldn't come, could they? May. You may leave now. Mayn't you? You mayn't or you may not leave now. May you? The same for might. He might join us. Mightn't he? He mightn't join us. Might he? Always keep the same modal verb. If it is positive here, add not here in the tag question, or vice versa. The same for must. She must finish on time, mustn't she? She mustn't finish on time, must she? Negative, positive. Shall. We shall go together, shan't we? We shan't go together, shall we? Another modal verb, should. You should be there, shouldn't you? You shouldn't be there, should you? The same for will and would. He will come early, won't he? He won't come early, will he? Won't is will plus not. Would now. They would help, wouldn't they? They wouldn't help, would they? Positive, negative. Negative, positive. Let's see some examples of tag questions using main verbs in different tenses. It means it's not an auxiliary, just a main verb, like, to eat, to dance, etc. In the present simple, you say, she sings well, doesn't she? She doesn't sing well, does she? They eat fish, don't they? Why do we put don't? Because if it's negative, we say they don't eat fish. But here it's a tag question, we say they eat fish, don't they? They don't eat fish, do they? Negative, don't eat. It's not they doesn't, we say they do not. So we say they don't eat. He speaks Spanish, doesn't he? He doesn't speak Spanish. He doesn't speak Spanish. Does he? There's a comma here, sorry. In the present continuous, here is the verb in the present continuous. You are working hard, aren't you? We keep the same auxiliary here. It's here. And we add not. She's cooking dinner, isn't she? They are playing football, aren't they? They aren't playing football, are they? In the present perfect, he has finished the project, hasn't he? He hasn't finished the project, has he? I keep the same. Here it's positive, here it's negative. You visited Paris, haven't you? You haven't visited Paris, have you? Okay. Past simple. She danced beautifully, didn't she? She didn't dance beautifully, did she? Danced here. In the negative, we say didn't dance. But here, we put the positive verb here and then didn't. It's not didn't she dance. We don't say she danced, didn't she dance? No. Didn't she? She didn't dance. Did she? They left early, didn't they? They didn't leave early, did they? It's the same. The infinitive of left is leave. It must be preceded by did because there is not. Not leave in the past is didn't leave, did they? He worked there before, didn't he? He didn't work there before, did he? For the past continuous, you were studying, weren't you? You weren't studying, were you? She was singing, wasn't she? She wasn't singing, was she? Okay? Positive, negative, negative, positive. We keep the same auxiliary, we keep the same pronoun. They were waiting for us, weren't they? They weren't waiting for us, were they? So third person plural, say they were. They were waiting, weren't they? We keep the same auxiliary. Future simple, he will arrive soon, won't he? He won't arrive soon, will he? They will come along, won't they? They won't come along, will they? Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to learn more. Good luck in your life and in your studies. Bye. My next video will be a quiz about tag questions. Goodbye.